things in class.
Like what?
Like one kid bought a real pocket knife, and everybody thought it was he was gonna stab one of our music teachers because he didn't like her.
Come on, Kate. Dance party, Kate. Dance party, Kate. Dance party, Kate. Dance party, lyric. Dance party, lyric. Dance party, lyric. Dance party, lyric. Go. All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Motherhood Makeup and Mindset. In this episode, I have my daughters here today. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Cadence.
And you are?
I'm technically 7.
Technically 7? Why are you technically 7?
Because my birthday's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Well, when this comes out, it will be your birthday.
Yeah.
So, happy birthday. And you are?
My name is Lyric and I'm 10 years old.
Yes, you are. And these are my amazing daughters. And today we are going to talk about our experiences as a homeschool family. And I wanted to bring them on so that we could get a little bit of insight into what their experience is as the children who are being homeschooled. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. So I asked some people on Instagram and a few other people if they had any questions for you all to answer about your experience. But first, I want to know, how do you think the homeschool year is going so far? There. Oh, you want to go first? Okay, go ahead.
I would say it's going off as good.
Mm-hmm.
Being homeschooled is fun because I get to stay home all day.
Yeah.
And doing school on my mom's computer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun because we get to stay home. We don't have to be coming home, taking off our shoes, and getting in the shower, and getting a snack, and doing homework. And it's time for dinner, and then it's time to go to bed. So we barely have any time.
So you rarely have any time to spend together. Yeah. I completely get that. What about you, Bert?
I think it's going well.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because we get to spend time with our family.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you guys don't have work, we still get to spend time with you, and you can tell us when we're off and when we don't have to do work. And on special days, you don't have to.
That is true. And that's actually one of the questions that somebody asked me is, when do we take off of school? So I will talk about that in a little bit. So I would like for you to share what your experience was like in public school first. Okay, do you want to talk about that first? So when you were in school, like public school, did you like it? Did you not like it? Kind of give us a little bit about that.
So one thing, I had a lot of teachers.
That's true.
And it was fun part of the time, but I was also in a different level as the people that were actually in my class because of my late birthday.
Because of your what?
My late birthday.
Yeah, so you were in a grade lower only because your birthday was late. Yeah.
But it was fine for me, and also fun because I barely had to do any work. And but it was actually hard. Something with 4 or 3 other teachers that I had to be with.
Why was that hard?
Because I had a lot of teachers that when I didn't know which one was my teacher, it kept on just switching. And I was like, okay, are they gonna decide who my teacher is yet?
Oh, because you had a lot of long-term subs, right?
Yeah.
Long-term substitutes. Yeah, I can understand why that would be frustrating.
And I also had to do advanced work instead of doing the rest of the work as the kids that were actually in my class.
Yeah, you did. Because you were testing into 2nd grade, even though you were in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So they
that's
couldn't just let you sit there and be bored. I mean, even though you
Yeah.
already were, you still
Yeah.
kind of were bored, right?
Yeah, I was still bored.
Anything else?
Yeah. I was like, well, part of the time I was like, I'm free now in lunch and in recess because I was like, no more of Dad's work for me until a couple minutes later I get inside the classroom.
So, what were your favorite subjects in public school?
I'm gonna say recess and lunch because I have to do all the rest of like different kind of things. We have to do the days of the week. We have to do the calendar, and we also have to do like scaling stuff, and different kind of things. But it was really hard for me, and
It was hard.
Yes.
What was hard?
That I had to be in a different level than everybody else.
Why was that? Why do you think that was hard for you? Was it hard because you just didn't want to do the work?
No, it was hard because I had a whole bunch of different teachers and I didn't know what to do.
But you said the work was hard. You having
Yes.
to scale things was
Yes.
hard.
Yes.
Was it hard?
Yes.
Was it, Cadence?
It was kind of, well, not understanding.
You definitely did understand because you did all of your papers very well. So what did you not understand? Why you had to do work?
Why I had so many teachers.
Yeah. So the fact that you didn't have a consistent teacher, you feel like messed up your experience in public school.
Yeah.
Okay, I can understand that. Now, Lyric.
It's about to be a long story.
That's okay. So tell your experience because you're the only one that's old enough to remember the first time that we homeschooled you. When you also experienced being in school during the pandemic for a little bit and regular school and now being homeschooled again. So I'm sure your story is going to enlighten the people, right?
I guess.
Look at this one.
So when I was in 4th grade, it was really hard
Mm-hmm.
because there were a lot of bad kids in my class that didn't follow directions and were on a lot of internet, so they copied whatever everybody else was doing.
What do you mean by they were on a lot of the internet?
Like, they kept talking about TikTok and Instagram and saying, I'm going to post this on there. And then our teachers were very disappointed because they didn't understand why their parents would let them do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And they still get away with it.
Yeah.
And they kept getting in trouble and fighting and hitting people and saying mean things. So I was the one who had to stay out of a lot of that.
Speak up, what'd you say?
Because I said I was the one who had to stay out of a lot of it because there was so much.
Yeah.
It was like one fight happening every single day.
That sounds like a lot.
And a lot of kids were bringing inappropriate things in class.
Like what?
Like one kid bought a real pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thought it was he was going to stab one of our music teachers because he didn't like her.
Wow. Did he say that that's what he wanted to do?
No, but people thought it because he kept being mean and yelling at her.
Oh, wow.
And screaming and walking out of classes
Mm-hmm.
without any permission.
How did that make you feel, having to experience all of that every day?
Kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
That's why I'm happy I'm homeschooled, but I miss my friends.
Yeah, I understand. So, was there anything in your public school experience that you liked?
I liked recess.
You liked recess? Okay.
Even though sometimes the teachers were mean because they were like, y'all are too old to be on the playground. When the 5th graders are sitting there, sitting on the slides, climbing down. And they didn't see that or say anything to that. And I was 1 year younger.
Okay, so recess is the only thing that you really like.
Sometimes lunch. But then people would get in trouble there too.
That's very
They would
true.
start throwing napkins at each other and start fighting or start screaming at each other and purposely walking up to the other person and just like start hitting them and causing stuff on purpose.
Ooh. Okay, so I can ask you this because when we homeschooled the first time, Cadence was 3.
She was like 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you remember from the first time that we homeschooled?
Well, I remember it was in a house very far from here.
Mm-hmm.
And we had all of our work stationed in like one area.
Mm-hmm.
It was like in our dining room, and we had posters hanging up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the 1st and 2nd grade then,
Mm-hmm.
so I learned easier things from now. So we had different things hanging up next to the poster, so I can understand my work.
Mm-hmm.
And I had I had notebooks, but now I would do my work on a computer program.
Mm-hmm.
So
But you had workbooks, you mean?
That's what I said.
You said notebooks.
I had workbooks, and I didn't really like that, having to write. And it was kind of hard because Mom had these different types of sticky thingies that she would put on the paper, the colored little things that she would put on the paper. No, the pager things that she would put on the paper to let us know that we have to do this one. And it was different colors
like
too.
the tabs. Yeah.
Different
Each day I
colors.
would tab the paper that you needed to do in the workbook that day.
I didn't like that.
Oh. Why? Because then you would have just kept asking me what page you have to do.
I know, but I didn't like the work. I don't like working on workbooks because when I was in public school, we had like 4 books
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom of our locker. So we would get our book bag and put it in our locker and get our stuff out, like our folder. And we had a planner at the school we went to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a daily planner. We would write our homework in it and the pages that they would give us.
So you wanted a planner?
No, that's not what I didn't want that at all. We had books of them, and they expected us to remember to get those books every day. So one of the teachers in our class, I was one of his favorites. So I would just secretly ask him, "Can I go get it?" Because if we didn't get it, we would have to sit on the bench and it would waste our recess time.
Recess is already like what, 10 minutes?
No, that's 5th grade. I was in 4th grade.
So how much recess time did you get in 4th grade?
Well, when it was the summertime, we had extra time, so we would get like an hour. But
When it wasn't taken from you. So how often do you feel like recess was taken from you? Or at least a portion of it?
Well, it happens a lot. Sometimes the teachers are so mad at the students that they would take away recess from the whole entire class, even when some people didn't do it.
I remember you being annoyed by that. What about you? Did you guys ever get recess taken from you?
Yes. Some people had to stay inside,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it was time to get the rest of the class, they had to come out, and they had no recess.
Mm-hmm.
And so like one time I wasn't in trouble, but I was in the classroom
Mm-hmm.
during recess, but I wasn't in trouble. That's because I only had a hoodie and it was cold outside, so I stayed in there and I was on my computer. I barely got to do anything. And Miss Elise came in and she brought me outside because it was warm. It was like warm,
Mm-hmm.
and I was good to go outside. So then for the rest of the time I played outside.
Okay, that's not bad.
So I wasn't really in trouble. I was just in there because I only had a hoodie in.
Yeah, because you were cold. Neither of you got in trouble in public school, which I'm very grateful for. You guys are very good kids.
Yeah, I had like CDs and P's all over my work.
Yes, and your
Sometimes
behavior
I
was
wish I
always
could have
good.
just punched them.
You wish you could have punched some of them? I can understand that, because if people are constantly getting on my nerves, I want to punch them too.
They were so mean sometimes, but they would know that I would have hit them if they did that.
Did they know that?
Yes, they did, because whenever they say something, I would say something back, and then they would stop, like being mean to me, like say something mean, like the like they told me to be quiet, I would just tell them no thanks, I wouldn't do that, and then they would stop.
I appreciate you for being vocal. Hopefully it doesn't ever have to get physical, but
Yeah,
you can definitely.
I wish.
You definitely can use your voice to defend yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you talk about what you like now about being homeschooled? I can't remember. No. Okay, did you?
Yes, she did.
Okay, tell me something that you like about being homeschooled, okay?
She said the subjects.
No, she was talking about before, I think.
So, I have a lot of things of being in a homeschool because, one, I really like being home.
Homeschool?
I really like being home during school. I'm like, in the middle of school, I'm like, I just want to go home now.
Okay.
And so I like being home. Or I have like these subjects on the app, and my favorite one is science.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because science is like fun because you get to add like different kind of materials in some things, and they like. And sometimes you can even like sometimes make fireworks and stuff inside.
Yeah, and they go.
Or you can just like make a volcano erupt or something.
I want to make a volcano erupt.
Me too.
There's this one project. I'm sorry, Kay. Go ahead. I'll tell you in a minute.
It's like cool. Science is cool because you did get to do different things that you can't really do more often.
There's this project. It's like really old where you take, I think it's a bottle of Coke. It's either Coke or Pepsi.
It's
And
cool.
you put a menthol inside of it.
Oh, I saw that
And you
before.
close it and you shake it up
Yeah, I saw that before.
and it explodes. I've been wanting to do that since I was in school, so we're gonna have to find
I
time.
I saw that before on something. They would put Mentos in there because somebody wouldn't share with them, so they would put Mentos in there and then make it explode so that way none of them had.
And when was it? Where was this?
Uh-huh.
On a show?
It was on my tablet.
No.
And it would explode everywhere, and then they all started laughing.
In science today, I saw this one lady. She decided to do something like that. She put like a vitamin tablet inside a bottle of water and put a balloon on top of it, and then the balloon started collecting the gases and building up.
I've seen one like that too. That would be really cool. So you like science, you like being home.
I
You like and not taking all day.
Yeah, I like the good part. My favorite part is in public school, we get tired that some of us be laying our heads on our laps during school trying to fall asleep. And at home, we have beds so we can take naps.
Oh my god.
We're allowed to take naps at home. But at school, we have no beds, so it's kind of makes sense.
You shouldn't have a bed at school. What do you
I
like?
saw an episode of a show that we all like, and her brother, evil brother, so it was the Thunderman, and Max was still being
he was pretending to be the villain.
To be evil.
Mm-hmm.
So he took her
The villain, not evil. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but let's clarify. It's a joke.
And he took his sister's bed and put it in the school, so she woke up with her teddy bear in her hand in the middle.
This is a reminder. Set the table.
In the middle of the school hallway.
You guys get a little sneak peek about what our regular life sounds like. Alexa reminds us of things.
Never mind.
When should I remind you?
Nothing. Disregard. Cancel Alexa. Thank you. I forgot we started recording and like the washer and dryer is on. You can hear the ice maker making ice. Alexa is reminding us of things. And we're gonna roll with it because that's that's real life. Right? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
What was I saying again?
You were talking about the Thunderbirds.
Oh yeah, so the bed was in the middle of the hallway and everybody was laughing at her and taking pictures of her with her teddy bear and her blanket in the middle of the hallway.
What do you like about being homeschooled?
I like being able to like sometimes if something is hard, then I can just like skip it and stuff, and just like skip it and.
Wait, skip it. Why are you skipping it?
As
Clarify.
subjects. So I skip one thing, go to the next, and then go back.
Okay. That makes more sense because you said skip it like I don't make you do it.
And sometimes we get to go on trips to the library. One time we went to the library to do a science project. Was it science?
It was a research project.
A research project about a person.
You didn't tell the person?
We did a research project about someone who created the phone.
He created the phone?
He created the first iPhone.
Okay.
His name is Stephen Paul. Slash Steve Jobs.
He was adopted. He got adopted to Mr. and Mrs. Jobs.
Yes, he was adopted.
And his sister, whose name is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. You like the fact that we have research papers? Or research projects?
Projects.
And we're going to do a paper on it, though. And what else?
I also like that we can go to the stores in the middle and go to the mall and stuff, and we get to go to like parties, birthday parties and stuff.
Do you like when we go to the store in the middle of the day and everybody's like, "Is school out today?" And I'm like, "No, they're homeschooled." They're like, "Oh my gosh, that is so good! Oh my!" Do you like when that happens? Do you like when that happens?
Yeah, that they're like seeing this random homeschool lady that's homeschooling their kids.
Random.
No,
She's
it's
known across the U.S.
I am not known across the U.S.
No, I mean like this random lady. Like they don't know that much. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I do. Okay. What else?
I also like when we can go to birthday parties and meet, go to field trips because
Birthday parties or field trips? Oh, okay. My bad.
Because I have other friends that are homeschooled and they invite me to birthday parties that could happen in the middle of the day, or mostly in weekends because some people have.
That's why I was asking if you meant field trips or birthday parties.
And last week we went to the Weber's Nail Farm. And I got to we went there with one of my friends that I met from a homeschool together.
Play date. That's what it was.
A homeschool play date at a playground somewhere in Maryland. And she came with her mom and we got to see all the animals. We got to see all the animals. And there were goats, bunnies, ducks. Those are the only animals. And there was this huge slide. It was so much fun. And this little lady, she went down backwards. She was literally bye. Sliding in her way down. But me and my friend were going down the right way.
That's because I forgot to that. It says when you didn't even want to feed the goats. I didn't until it slobber.
You were asking for that one. Because you called her out for no reason.
Actually, I did feed the goats.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Oh
Okay.
yeah, one of the goats was fighting the other goat. It was like a billy goat. One of them was one of them was so small, and then the other one was just like so big, and it was feeding the small one, and then this is the small one, this is the big one. The big one went like this. So then the small one just came running to the back of the barn.
I should have been back there.
No, you shouldn't have. What has been your favorite field trip so far? We have gone to the farm, Port Discovery.
The aquarium
Yeah.
or the summer? That was summer.
We did do the aquarium over the summer.
Yeah.
We went to the National Children's Museum over the summer.
Mhm.
We went to the zoo over the summer.
Yes.
We've been to homeschool playdates. Mommy has started a homeschool meetup.
Yeah, we went to that.
That's all I got for right now. What's been your favorite so far?
My favorite's been Port Discovery, and it's also been the farm.
Speak up.
My favorite has been Port Discovery and the farm.
Okay. What about you?
I can't choose.
You can't choose.
Well, there's two of them. I like Fort Discovery, and I also like the Children's Museum, even though they're basically the same thing. With
Yeah.
different meaning. Because I like the Children's Museum the opposite, because we
You
went
need
to
a nap.
McDonald's. we went to McDonald's. We walked all the way to McDonald's. I think it's probably like my second time eating inside, because we usually have to go to the drive-thru, which takes forever.
That's a problem?
Yes. It takes forever. People gotta slow down or go faster.
Okay.
Go faster, no.
So the next part that we're going to talk about are the questions that people have sent in for you guys to ask.
Thank
okay?
you, people.
You know you might know something.
Sit up. Okay, so somebody wants to know, what is your favorite subject right now? Okay, you actually already answered this. Your favorite subject is what?
Science.
Science. What is your favorite subject?
Well, let's see. I do not like math. I do not like adding decimals.
I do not like green eggs and ham.
Yes, I am.
What do you like? What is your favorite subject? Was the question.
I also like science, but I also really like social studies.
Really?
Because my teacher is really nice, and Benjamin Franklin is a very interesting person.
Mm.
And George Washington is British, for all those who hasn't.
I do not.
He helped in the British War against another country, and he was the person who helped lead 500 men to a what's it called, shelter. But somebody took over it, so he had to fight it back.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Next question. If you could do your work anywhere in the world, where would you do it?
Thank you for asking.
Thank you for asking.
Okay, so I have a lot of things.
If you could pick,
Uno.
Wow, this is hard. I have a
Not
lot
really
of
for me. Where'd you go?
I'm not gonna pick any place far. I was gonna say Las Vegas, but
Girl, that is far. You just said no place far. We live in Maryland. Las Vegas isn't. Where is it?
the question is anywhere in the world. Don't judge her answer. It's her answer.
I can't pick between Las Vegas, the library, and I would also go to Pennsylvania. I can't choose.
May I ask why Vegas? Why Vegas?
I feel like it's a cool place.
All the dark light, all the light shining in the dark time.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Okay. Las Vegas, the library. It's Pennsylvania. Why Pennsylvania?
One, I've seen a whole bunch of commercials about it. It's so cool. I'm still here.
All right. So if any of our subscribers live in Pennsylvania and want us to come visit, Kay would like to come visit. What about you?
Let's see. I would say a hotel in Paris.
I'm sorry. I just told y'all not to judge each other's answers, and I have been very judgmental in my eyebrow.
I know. I think Paris is cool, like the tower. I wish somebody in our family has gone to the Olympics. I would have paid for a ticket right now.
You can be the person in our family that goes to the Olympics.
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
Why?
What do you mean? It's a lot of
Work? Yeah, anything worth having is worth fighting for, I think is the slogan. But if you really put your mind to it, you could definitely go to the Olympics. Uh-huh.
We're not done yet, guys.
Okay. So just Paris?
Yeah, Paris, and I also like the tower. I forgot what it was called.
Don't do that.
Paris Tower?
Okay, next question. What types of learning activities do you enjoy the most?
This is hard because I really like science.
Can you speak up?
I really like science, and I also really like different kind of things that you can use materials to form and with other materials.
Oh, wait.
So,
You like science projects. You also like art.
yeah, that too.
So science projects and art
Art.
projects.
I like art because you get to use your hand a lot, and you get to like color, and
Come on, my screen, silly.
and you get to draw about things that you want to draw, and you get to do. If you're trying to draw a cat or something, you can't really use science to do that, but you can use art because you're drawing it, and then you can also color things because coloring is really fun, and if you color and draw a whole lot, you get even better.
That is very true. Good job. What learning activities do you like?
Okay, so I like learning, Simon Says. Okay. Wait.
Just breathe.
It's time to wrap this up.
No. Okay, I'm good.
Come on. What learning activities do you like? We only have 2 more questions and then we're done.
Yay!
What learning activities do I really like? So people watching, we've played a game with Uno cards that involve the cards, and we would use the numbers on that card that do not involve the colors. We would use the numbers on that card and add, subtract, multiply, divide, whatever. And we would go against each other so that we can learn more about it. And the person with the most 2 cards are the winner. So I have 2 stacks here, and the person who adds them, multiplies them.
You grab a card at the same time.
Yeah, and then you they're flipped over. You grab them and you have to add them or do whatever. And whoever answers them the fastest is the person who gets the points.
Yes.
And I also really like spelling games, like where we have to spell the words.
B-I-N-G-O.
And I also like I like art too and science.
Okay. Cool. So the next 2 questions are actually questions that I have to answer.
Oh, I'm sleepy.
When,
This is a reminder. Meal plan.
I do need to do that. Thank you.
Gracias, Alexia.
When do you take days off? Is it like traditional school? So there are some days that the traditional public schools take off, like Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Yes.
Yes, that we do still take off. I am able to take off any additional days. Like if we did school on Fridays, which we do not, we typically play learning games on Fridays, or we do a field trip. And with it being Cadence's birthday tomorrow, even if we did learning on Fridays, we would not. So that would be a day off. I can dictate when our breaks are. So for like winter break, we might have longer or shorter than the regular public school. I'm also able to, if it is just one of those days where everybody is struggling, which we had one of those days like last week or earlier this week, I don't remember, where we just kind of all relaxed, but we were watching educational videos instead of trying to force everybody to try to fight through the exhaustion and everything else that was going on. So I am able to dictate when we take a day off, and it can be a last minute thing. But our regular schedule is on Mondays. We have that for like catch up day. So if there is something that I saw over the weekend when I checked their programs that like they were struggling with or they made me aware of, Mondays is the day that we either catch up if there was still work that needed to be done. We review things. And if not, then it can be an easy day. We talk about like art, music, gym, stuff like that. Mondays are pretty much our like slow day. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we start with us being at the board. We do, the dates, the scripture of the week. We all do the how are you feeling today, where we draw a picture of ourselves to share what our emotion is for that day, and we talk about it as a group. And we also do the word of the day. Sometimes they have math drills. Sometimes we do spelling. We might work on that research project a little bit more or another project. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they mostly focus on their program, which Lyric is doing Power Homeschool through Acellus Academy. And Cadence and JR are doing Time for Learning.
Time for learning time.
And then again, on Fridays, we either play learning games or we have a field trip. Yeah. The last question is, what is the most difficult part of homeschooling?
Kids being around and not listening.
The not listening part, because you being around is not the problem. The not listening is probably one of the toughest parts. There are days where everybody's not on the same page, and that makes it very stressful. But I would also say being the sole person legally responsible for their education holds a lot of weight. But I have been working on reminding myself that it's not that deep. Like, I am responsible for it. We are making sure that they are learning. We exceed typically what the regular curriculum is. And on the days that everybody's not feeling it, I don't have to feel the pressure of like pushing everybody to do what needs to be done. Which is also why this time around we are a little bit more lenient, especially on Monday and Friday. But yeah, so far I am really enjoying this journey with you guys. It is a lot better than the first time, I would say. What do you think?
Yeah, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I was actually getting bored for a minute, and when you kept saying ketchup, I thought you were talking about ketchup and mustard.
So your attention span is already gone. That's why I said it's time to wrap this up.
I would say that it's been going better because we are on the right track of learning, and as JR, our brother, always being here.
Yes,
So
it
really
is very
talented.
difficult to try to teach all three of you at the same time.
Can I say another thing?
One more.
So we all learn different types of things. Like I'm learning different math. She's learning different things, and our little brother is learning things like how to spell his name and the numbers and the alphabet. So when people ask him, "How do you spell your name?" he says B-I-N-G-O.
He's a clown.
He wants to be
He knows
Bingo
how
the
to
dog.
spell his name, but he thinks it's funny to say bingo.
He wants to be Bingo the dog. He probably hears the Bingo song.
No, he just thinks everything's funny. Okay, so this was an amazing episode, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Now, if you all have more questions that you want myself or the girls to answer about our homeschooling journey, please put it down in the comments. They may be back for another one of these videos. Would you guys like to do another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really
Okay,
fun.
they may be back for more, so you gotta kind of give us topics to talk about. What do you want to know? Do you want just the regular updates, day in the life, whatever? Let us know in the comments, okay? Thank you all for
Like,
tuning in. Make sure you
Like and subscribe.
and subscribe. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
Hit this button.
Yeah, hit the button and then hit my phone, please.